What's going on, people, and welcome back to another player versus player. It's been a while, obviously no Premier League football at the moment, so videos will be coming for that nearer the time. Probably going to do a home and away kits, maybe do a third kits countdown, like ranking them, but we'll see when it gets nearer the dates. Today we've got Xavi versus Scholes, the battle of the midfield maestros. Let's get into it. So Scholes finished with 107 goals in his career, which is very impressive to break that 100 mark, even though he was kind of probably more of a playmaker. To still break over 100 goals is impressive. 107 for Scholes. Xavi, similar to Scholes, probably even deeper back, even more impressive with 121 goals. So Xavi gets it on goals, not by a ton, but he does get a few more, so Xavi gets it for goals. In terms of the numbers from Xavi gets it, in terms of memorable goals, I'd probably give it to Scholes, but overall, Xavi gets the goals. Shooting, in terms of like long distance shooting goals, and just their technique and accuracy with their shooting, whether or not it resulted in a goal. I don't feel like Xavi was, even though he's got more goals, I don't remember him as much of a natural shooter and scorer of the ball as Scholes was. So even though he's got less, I would give the shooting to Scholes. Passing, both of these were kind of like their main strength. Haven't looked at the numbers in terms of the percentage accuracy and successfulness of passes, but I'd imagine Xavi probably had higher percentage, but that's down to the style and the players around him as well. Scholes is known for his passing and the way he could ping a ball as well, so this is a very tight one. It kind of depends on what you're looking at, like in sense of what you're taking into factor with this, factoring in. Is it short passes, long passes, all round? I'm going to give it to Scholes, but I could see why people would give it to Xavi for that. Next up, we got tackling. It's quite a funny one because Scholes is known for his just abruptness and not known for his tackling. He got many red cards or just yellow cards where he would just fly into tackles and not care about the consequences. Xavi, I don't remember him as much as ferocious as that and getting booked and sent off as much as Scholes. So in terms of not putting his team in trouble with stuff like that, I'm going to go for Xavi for tackling. Technique, this all round, controlling the ball, passing, shooting, all round dribbling. Very tough again. I don't think there's a lot to pick between the two. Control, first touch is very tricky because I think Scholes is underrated in that. Xavi's one of the best. Passing, very little to choose between them. First touch, it's really difficult. Dribbling, very tough. Even though Xavi was known for his technique, I feel like Scholes was a bit more of a trailblazer in that sense and had a lot of respect from people that would see him do things that they hadn't seen other people do. So I'm going to go with Scholes for technique. Strength, neither of these guys was super strong on the ball in what I remember, but I think Xavi, from what I remember in my head, looked a little bit tougher to knock off the ball in terms of actual strength. Agility, tight spaces, things like that. Scholes was very good at it, but I think Xavi mastered it better. So I'm going to give agility to Xavi. Leadership, neither of these I don't really feel like were massive leaders. I feel like Xavi had it a bit more natural. Obviously captained Barca for a while and Spain, I think. Scholes could do it if asked of it, but it wasn't natural to him. He was very much a quiet character and like he'd still tell you if you did something wrong, but he wasn't natural at it, I don't think. He was a more quiet one. So leadership, I'm going to give to Xavi. Presence, aura, people, they remember of them. Very little to choose again, I feel like. If you ask players that have played against either of these, I think people that have played more against Xavi will say Xavi, and the same with Scholes. Preference in this one, up for debate, but I'm going to give it to Scholes because I feel like even the likes of Xavi and Iniesta majorly respected Scholes, and obviously there was that shirt swapping incident in the final as well. I think people realised the aura and the respect that other players and his opponents had for Scholes. So presence, I'd give it to Scholes. Teamwork's very tricky because they both won a ton, both vital to their teams. I'm going to edge it to Xavi, but I wouldn't be mad if you give it to Scholes for teamwork. Trophies, both of them won a ton in their career, as I said. Both will look back and have major... People will look at their trophy haul and think, God, that's very impressive and it's going to be hard to beat. Xavi ended up with 32. Scholes ended up with 25. For that reason alone, I'm going to have to give it to Xavi in just sheer respect to the numbers. Both obviously academy players as well coming through, which also plays into that longevity as well that they both had. But I'm going to edge the trophies to Xavi. And career, when you look back on it, what they won, what they did, what they achieved. Obviously, Scholes was part of that 92 class. I have more of a biased memory on him rather than Xavi because I'm a United supporter, but I have major respect for Xavi in what he did also. And I think when you look at the numbers of the trophies they won, I think you have to give the career to Xavi. I prefer Scholes. I think he was more exciting and obviously played for my team and I saw him more, but yeah, when you look at the numbers and what they achieved, I think you have to give the career to Xavi. So that is it. Let's add it up. So again, my personal favourite lost. And that is why I love doing these videos, because complete honesty, I try and keep it as level playing field as I can. And it proves it again. Scholes, I prefer him to Xavi. But in terms of being honest and giving respect where it's due, Xavi comes out on top. Xavi finishes with 8. Scholes finishes with 4. Not a lot of people will beat Scholes, so that speaks of the player that Xavi was as well and what he achieved. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back soon in a bit.